Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Christine. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you're new here and if you clicked on this video because you saw the title, it is about colic, and I'm really hoping that it found the right people, the people that need to see this video, because I so badly wish I had a video like this when I was going through it. And I first want to say I feel you, I see you. It makes me want to cry just thinking about the topic because it was so difficult. So if you're going through it, I see you, I feel you, and I hope that something I share with you today will help you just get through this little tiny section of life, even though at the moment it feels like it's gonna happen forever. I promise you it does not. I have a list on my phone about some things that helped my baby. So just for reference, my baby is now 18 months old. He's a full-blown toddler. He's wild. It's a lot of fun. But I can tell you that 18 months ago was really rough. So just kind of a little backstory. My son, from the moment he was born, cried coming out, cried the whole time we were in the hospital for the full 2 days. I remember his doctor coming in being like, somebody give that baby some food. So what I think happened was my milk didn't come in right away. So I was breastfeeding him, but he wasn't getting any of the colostrum or milk. So we had to give him formula at the hospital, and then my milk came in. Things were rough, so I would get a lot of clogged ducts. I would get mastitis. And on the colic front, he was just, for about 6 months, just inconsolable. A lot of the time, it was after he ate. He would kind of arch his back, he would get super red, and he would scream. It was really bad at night. He would cry. It was just nonstop crying. There were nights my husband and I were like, do we need to go to the emergency room? You know, what do we do? Say something about colic.
Don't have a baby. Okay,
that's terrible advice.
Well.
Okay, so jumping into the things that my husband and I tried. Number one, swaddle. So we tried every single swaddle out there, what feels like every swaddle out there. I tried the ones with the arms up. I tried the Velcro, the zipper, the. There are a lot of swaddles out there. So one that I have heard that works really well, which they were like out of stock when my son was born, I was so bummed, is the Ollie swaddle. I've heard great things about that swaddle, so I highly recommend that without even using it, just because of what I've read about it. I like to swaddle them tight, obviously not too tight, but swaddled them. Get them super snug. So remember, when they're in our bellies, they feel super snug and protected. So just try to swaddle them. Second thing that my husband and I tried were gas drops. So there are a lot of different brands. These are the Mylicon Gas Relief Dye-Free Drops. We went through a lot of bottles of this. I do think it helped for sure, because I do think a lot of what my son's colic was stemming from was gas. So anything to try to get their gas gone. So I would recommend getting some gas drops. Along with the gas drops, we would do bicycles. So what you do is you basically put your baby on their back, you bring their knees up and act like they're riding a bike. So bike their knees up and back. This helps get gas out. I'll even sometimes do this with my son now. He's 18 months and he still has gas. And when you do the bicycles, you can hear the gas coming out. So absolutely try those as well. The next thing I would recommend, which this is like, I think an old time recommendation, is a hair dryer. So like I said, in the womb, they're used to feeling super tight. Also heard that babies have like a vacuum running is what it sounds like to them when they're in our bellies. So hair dryer, a vacuum, a dryer, I've heard. Maybe just put stuff in your dryer that you need to dry anyways. Sit by the dryer with your swaddled baby. I tried that as well. So anything with noise. On the same line of noise is a sound machine. Does not matter what sound machine. We have, I think, 3 different ones at this point. This is the Hatch Mini. It's It's like $30. It's technically like a travel sound machine, but this is currently what we're using in my son's room. We really like it. Any basic sound machine. I also love the Homedics one. If you watched my newborn essential video, I highly recommend that video. I will put that up here. But a sound machine. So newborn life and colic life, I turned that sound machine up a little bit higher than I do now. Just because, like I said, they're used to a loud noise inside our womb. Okay, another thing that helps, I can't say any of this works, but helps, is a warm bath. And not only a warm bath, if you can't draw a full bath, you just don't have the energy. I've been there, I get it. At least put their head over the sink and run warm water over their head. That really helped. So that's something that I highly recommend. Just to have your husband, your partner, whoever help you, just one of you hold them, the other one kind of just warm water over their head. Another thing that's great, and it'll be hard to demonstrate because I don't have a baby, but I will put up a picture. It's called the Colic carry. So basically you're gonna put your arm like this and you're gonna put your baby face down on your arm. It's supposed to put a little bit of pressure on their tummy. In just that position, you just wanna rock them up and down. That really helped with my son, just to calm him down. My husband would walk around like this. He's laying on top and just walk around like this. So that one is really helpful. Another tip is to get outside. I know this is hard, especially if you're in the depths of postpartum, you're exhausted, your emotions all over the place, you don't feel like yourself. I get it. I've been there, I promise. But to get outside and get sunlight for the baby is super helpful. This may be a little bit more difficult if you live in a colder climate or if it's going into winter where you are, but even just bundling up, getting outside, doing a walk just in your driveway, something small, that really helped, was being outside. My son seemed to almost like flip a switch when we would go outside. Another thing that was super helpful for my son was to sing. So I am not a singer. I do not have a good singing voice, but something about mama's voice to the baby is soothing to them. It's what they heard when they were in our belly, and it brings them comfort. So I would sing on repeat the Mockingbird song. And now every time I hear it, it's like, oh my gosh, I cannot listen to that again. So I would sing that song over and over and over, but sing any song. You can make up words. You can just anything you see in the room. The tree is green, the curtains are white, anything. Just sing in your voice. It does not have to sound pretty. They are not judging you. On top of singing, like I said, the Mockingbird song, I don't know what it was about that song. It was like very helpful for us, and I would just go on Spotify and I would put it on like the repeat button. So we would just run and run and run and run. I actually got like this Spotify year roundup at the new year, and it was like your most listened to song, the Mockingbird song, and it was ridiculous. I was embarrassed. But find a song, try different lullabies on Spotify. Just type in lullabies, see which one your baby kind of reacts to, and play that thing on repeat. So my last tip, I saved it for last. I think every single tip that I have shared are super helpful, and absolutely try every single one of these. We did different things, worked at different times. Sometimes nothing works. But I wish so badly I would have been told this by my pediatrician, by anyone. Basically, I would have taken it from a random lady at the grocery store, but that is to switch to formula. And I know this is a very like debatable topic, which I'm not sure why, because any baby that's getting nutrition, whether it's from your breast or formula, is a fine baby and it's a fine way to feed. So I don't even understand why there's like hate against people that use formula. It truly like triggers me. But switch to formula. Try formula. It may be your breast milk. I remember at a time I cut out dairy to see, is he sensitive to this, to that? And maybe it is something in my breast milk and my son's stomach didn't react. It very well could have been. But I wish so badly I would have switched to formula earlier. Switched my son to formula at 8 months. just my supply was dropping, and it was time. So I did that at 8 months, and I really think, just based off of his personality and his temperament, even at 8 months when colic was over, switching to formula, I really think it would have saved us a lot of tears, a lot of long nights, and I really wish that I would have known that. I was a first-time mom. I truly did not know. I just thought, you see everything on social media, feed your baby, breastfeed your baby, and you don't feel like there's other options. You're like, I'm the mom, I should be able to fix this. I need to be able to provide for my kid. But in the bigger picture, I should have stepped back. But you just don't know what you don't know. And I didn't really realize that at the time. Plug, this is obviously not sponsored by anyone, but we found the formula brand Bobby, and I will put it here. If you Google Bobby, you can see they've been on like the Today Show, different publications, and it's founded by 2 moms. It's a very clean, amazing formula, and that's what we used from 8 months to like about a year when my son stopped drinking formula. But I was so happy with the formula. I was so happy with the customer service. I was so happy with it being just shipped to my door. But a great thing now is that you can purchase Bobby at Target. I saw it on the end cap the other day. I was like, oh, I love it. So that was our experience with that particular formula. We loved it so much. I love everything they stand for. I love them trying to change the stigma of breastfeeding versus formula feeding. It's whatever your baby needs to be happy and healthy. That's all that matters. If you're struggling and you found my video because your baby is dealing with colic, my heart is with you. I promise you, it ends. There is an end in sight. I think, I don't know, I'm getting emotional. I think that parenting is hard enough in general. And then you add colic onto it, and you are a fighter. I have been there. I understand what it's like. And if you can get through being a colic parent, you can get through anything. I hope one of these tips helps you. I hope that this video found the right people. And if you haven't watched my other videos, I have a newborn essential video. I have a postpartum, what the mom needs postpartum. I have a lot of different videos. So please subscribe. I would love to have you. A lot more content coming for moms and toddlers and babies and all of that kind of stuff. So hit that subscribe button. Make sure to like this video if it was helpful for you. I hope it was. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.